I ranked all of the seasons in Siege from worst to best, best to worst, either way. So I'm gonna do that as my little video. And I don't want it to be a long video. I only want it to be like 8 minutes, you know, just something short. There's 25 of them, not including the new one. I'm just gonna go over each one. There's 25 seasons total. I'm gonna go over each one. I'm gonna say why, and then in my video, I'm gonna pull up I'll edit in some shit. Okay, so if you would join me for this stream right now, I'm gonna go over my ranking for the all seasons of Siege from worst to best. In preparation, I have already prepared my list, and while I'm editing, I'll pull up some stuff about the season. I'll add in some PNGs here and there, blah blah blah. Number 25, the worst season of Siege, in my opinion, Operation Health. That was year 2 of season 2 of Siege. That would be like 2017, early 2017, I believe. Basically, for anyone that may or may not know, Operation Health was an entire season, so a whole 3 months or 4, however long they are. No new operators, no new maps, no reworks, no nothing for the entire season. They just worked on game health. Let me know if you guys can hear the dog squeaking his fucking toy. There might not be anything I do about that. We got ripped off for an entire season, blah blah blah. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. Anyway, number 24 on my list for worst season. Year 6, season 1, pretty recently. Crimson Heist in number 24. This is when Flores came out. I just thought it was an incredibly boring season, an incredibly boring operator. I don't really have any other reasoning for that. Number 23, Shadow Legacy. Was that was either way, yeah. Shadow Legacy 0 is a super fucking boring operator. It was cool that we got an MP7 on attack and all, but the bugs at the beginning were game breaking. You would literally shoot a 0 cam at a wall, and if you got on it too quickly, it would crash your game. It would crash everyone's game, I'm pretty sure. So Shadow Legacy way down there. The only reason it's a little bit above Crimson Heist is because I think 0 is more interesting than Flores. Flores was like a cool idea, but either way, number 22, Dustline. That's when Valkyrie and what's his face, Blackbeard came out. Blackbeard was a horrendously overpowered operator, probably like horribly overpowered. One of the most overpowered operators the game has ever seen. Most of you guys probably didn't even play back then. But either way, Blackbeard's shield, basically, to sum it up, had between 600 and 800 HP on the shield. I'm pretty sure it was 800. Kill 8 people's worth of health, and then you could shoot him in the face. So if Blackbeard was repelled upside down, you were done for. Valk was cool. Number 21, year 6, season 3, Crystal Guard. Number 21, Crystal Guard. I just think Osa was pretty boring. I don't like that it's just another shield operator, really. Number 20, High Caliber. That's Thorn, I believe. And that one's a little bit higher because I really like Thorn. I think Thorn is really cool. Again, all these like bottom ones are pretty much just because there wasn't 2 operators and there wasn't a new map. Like, it was boring. North Star, that's Thunderbird. That one's a little bit higher than High Caliber because I think Thunderbird's a sick operator. You know, that's it. It's my whole reasoning there. Neon Dawn, it was a Rooney. So again, that one's a little bit higher because I just like the operator better. Besides that, the season was the exact fucking same. Either way, Neon Dawn, Aruni's a cool operator, whatever. Demon Veil, or no, yeah, Aruni. Demon Veil, Azami, cool operator, whatever. Year 4, season 2, Phantom Sight. Yeah, that was Phantom Sight is Warden and Knock, and the reason this one's up there is because, again, I don't think there was a new map. There was a cafe. Cafe was reworked in that season, which was cool. I know, sorry about the squeaky toy. Yeah, new cafe and Phantom Sight, Knock, Warden. Warden is still, just until this new season's coming out, will he finally be useful. Knock is just, you know, random operator, whatever. Besides that, Void Edge. This one was Iana and Oryx. This one's kind of in the middle because I like the operator. I like the operators. They're great, whatever. This was the first battle pass, though. But yeah, you know, Iana's cool. She was great, everything. So I don't really have anything bad to say. I don't really have anything crazy to say. In number 14, we have Shifting Tides, which was Kali and Wamai. Number 15, again, right in the middle, because Kali was the first operator since Thatcher that can actually counter a bandit or a Kaid. Cali really switched things up, but the season wasn't so packed full of content that it needed to be any higher or lower on the list than number 14. Well, Mai's cool. Again, the first substitute for Jaeger that we've ever seen. So after that, Steel Wave. It was Asa Malusi. That's why it's here. Yeah, so that's why that's down here. Malusi's cool and all. She's kind of fucking annoying. And then Ace is cool. Just another hard breach, whatever. And then Skull Rain, Capiteo, and Kavira. The reason it's like a little bit lower, a little not too high, is because Kavira was the first operator to introduce the map kind of effects, like Lion and Dokkaebi, and Kavira was kind of the setup for Lion and Dokkaebi. She was the first map effect. And then Grimsky, like I was saying. Maverick and Clash. I think Clash is really fun. She's not that overpowered. She's fine. Maverick, very cool. Changed up the game. Was a fun season. Sorry about the squeaky toy again. Ember Rise. I think this was Ember Rise was Amaru and Goyo. And that is also Doctor's Curse and Money Heist was in that season. Goyo is much better now than he was when he dropped. I mean, 3 shields is pretty fucking annoying. And then Amaru I just think is really cool. So, and then Doctor's Curse. Doctor's Curse was a big one that carried that season. And the Money Heist one was pretty shit, but whatever. It was just a fun, it was a more fun season. Number 9, Year 1, Season 1, Black Ice. That's when we got Buck and Frost. The first two DLC operators to the game that the game had ever seen besides all the default operators. The only reason it's not higher is because that was like peak hackers every single game. Like, you think the hacking problem is bad now. Black Ice on PC was the beginning of it all, which is pretty sad because it was Year 1, the first season ever, and it had a terrible hacker problem. Parabellum, Maestro, Alibi. Alibi was really cool with the decoys and stuff that had never been, nothing even similar had been done like that before. And then Maestro, the cam that shoots. I don't know. It changed up the game. It was a fun season. I don't really have any other reasoning for it being there. Year 4, Season 1, Burnt Horizon. That would be Gridlock, Mozzie. Again, just a really fun season, really fun operators. Everybody really hated Gridlock for a long time. He's a cool operator, whatever. Mozzie still looks like Seth Green, so I still like him. Good season. I don't know. That's all I have to say. It was just a fun season. It was one of the last like real fun seasons that we had before. Just kind of like everything's been going downhill since Chimera, to be honest. But Wind Bastion, that's Kaid and Nomad. I just have really fond memories of this season. Again, it was just Year 3 was a pretty solid year because it was like everything after Op Health kind of happened, and then like all the really shitty metas in Year 2, and then Year 3 came out, and it wasn't. Year 3 was just kind of a good season. I don't know. It was a great season. Year 3 was the most stable year. So like you'll see, like there's a few Year 3s up. All of Year 3 is pretty high. Chimera was Lion and Finka. Either way, Lion and Finka with Chimera. Finka, useless at the time. Lion, the most broken operator in the entire game has ever seen, besides Blackbeard when he first released. Yes, Lion was literally wall hacks when he released. Nonetheless, it was a fun season. Hit reg was terrible, and the only reason that is up here so high is because of Outbreak. Chimera was the just don't move meta. Lion actually got banned from pro play because he was so broken. Either way, Outbreak was the best limited time event the game's ever seen. They actually made Extraction based on Outbreak because Outbreak was so popular. A little bit above that, Year 2, Season 4, White Noise. That was Vigil, Dokkaebi, and Zofia, I believe. The calls were the first thing, and it was really new, and it was fine. And then the Lion thing came out the next season, and it was really terrible. But either way, White Noise is my most played season of all time. I think I have my most played games, which isn't even that many. It's like 500 or something like that. But either way, White Noise was fun. Red Crow, I have a bunch of fond memories. That's from Habana and Echo. Echo was Plant Denial, and Habana was just the first other hard breach, so you didn't have to rely fully on Thermite anymore. And her gun was really, really fun, and then introduced the Bearing 9, which was a counter to the SMG-11. Blood Orchid was Ying, Legion, and Ella. I miss when new ops were overpowered. Yeah, Ella was incredibly overpowered, but it was probably the most fun operator to play at the time. Like, not even at the time, just ever. Playing Ella was like nothing else the game has ever seen. And then the most fun season of all time was Velvet Shell, because it was the first time that the meta had really switched to something interesting. Red Crow was cool, and it changed the meta a little bit with the new Hard Breach and everything, but we had already seen Hard Breach before. We had seen Plant Denial before with C4s, blah, 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 whatever. It didn't matter. But mirror windows and jackal tracking really changed the game for the first time. Like, really, really. Either way, the dog is restless, and he's eating things out of the trash. And that's the end of that segment of the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed. The stream is not over. That's just it for that part, because, you know, and I'll edit it all together, and it'll be really great and fun. Thank you, Evan, for joining, being a little cameo. And now it is time to play ranked.